Good morning everybody. I will apologise if there's a little bit of rattling in the back. I've just been making a few modifications in the Berlingo and I haven't secured them properly yet, but I've got to nip out, so there might be a little bit of banging going on. Right, my plan of action today is I need to get a little bit more done in here. I think I'm gonna cover the foam today because tomorrow I am heading to the caravan, and I've got a horrible few days actually, because, well, not horrible, but Evie Rose is moving out of her student house. She's got to be out by Monday, and guess who's got the joy of moving all her stuff and her boyfriend's stuff? And guess where it's all going? In my awning for a month, because they don't get their new house until the start of next month. So it means, yeah, they're kind of in limbo with all their stuff, and because I am the closest person to where their house is in Bangor, guess who's got the joy of storing it all? Because it's pointless bringing it all home to then take it all back, and that's on Evie's part. Poor Riley, he lives over on the East Coast, so yeah, it's that's a bit of a trek with all his stuff. Although he hasn't got as much stuff as Evie Rose. She's got way too much stuff, honestly. So yeah, that's going to be my job over the next couple of days, is moving all their stuff out of the house into my awning. But then, once we've got that done, I have then got my little overnighter in the Berlingo. Oh, excuse me. I've not booked a site. I am going to see if I can just do a park up. I thought, right, I've done it in the motorhome and I survived, so I'm going to do it in this. Now, the place where I'm going, I'm obviously not going to say just yet until I've been and I'm back home safely. There is a place where you can park up. They're quite accommodating. They're a little bit like Southport, where there are places where it's acceptable for you to park. So fingers crossed I'm gonna be able to find somewhere. If not, there are plenty of sites within the area, so I'm not going to be, well, do you know what, push comes to shove, if I couldn't find anywhere, I'm not that far from the caravan, so I could just go home. But the purpose of me going off and having this overnighter is I am taking little Ollie to his new owner Sean, so we are meeting up for the day, and yeah, then Ollie will be going off to his new home. I am taking both the dogs with me to the caravan, and I'm also taking Toby to keep Ollie company. And then when I go for my little overnighter, I'm just taking obviously both the cats, so that's going to be fun having Toby overnight. I will only have one overnight in here, and I'm taking Bella. I'm going to leave Molly with Evie Rose. I was actually thinking of leaving both of them to start with. However, because we are on very, very borrowed time with Bella, I thought it might be nice to just have a little bit of time just with her on her own, make a big fuss of her. So not that she's not getting a fuss as it is, honestly. So that's my plan. So I thought if I can at least get the foam covered in the back of here, then it's gonna, not only is it gonna look a little bit nicer, also the foam's gonna be a little bit protected because it's got a covering on it. And yeah, I'm gonna feel like I'm kind of there with the build. What have I done? Oh, I've got my cooler box, I've got my Bluetti in here, I've started putting bits and bobs in. So I've got my pans in. Oh, I've got an amazing little set of pans from Aldi. Aldi are absolutely super for their camping stuff. I don't know how they're going to be non-stick wise, but I thought for how much they are, I think they were like about £15, and they just all, you know, they're them packet where they all just go into one sort of thing. And I've got a little kettle. You want to see the size of the kettle? I don't think I'd be able to have guests and make them a cuppa as well. We'd have to do it in two because the kettle is diddy. I thought, God, that's going to boil in like a minute. But oh, do you know, I'm really excited. It's just crazy. Now a few of you are sort of like, I know you're confused. You're confused with my setup. You're confused with what's going on. I'm confused myself, to be honest. Right, a question that I've been asked quite a few times. Am I getting rid of the motorhome? And the answer to that is most definitely not. The motorhome is here to stay for the foreseeable. Now, I know she isn't getting used very often at the moment, but she is kind of my more long-term plan for when I do hopefully get to go full-time. Now, I have bought her early. I know that because I'm not doing it this year. I'm sort of like in the transitional stage of it all, still in all the planning stage of it. But because she was such a good buy, I couldn't not get her. And it was a case of strike while the iron's hot, really. It was the same with my caravan. If you remember when I bought my caravan, I hadn't gone with the intention of buying it there and then, but because I absolutely fell in love with the layout, I knew that was the caravan for my future, so hence why I did buy that a little bit earlier as well. So no, Daisy is definitely staying. Now the purpose of buying this one is not only because my car did need upgrading, because as you know there were bits falling off it. I'd had it 7 years and it was, yeah, it was due for renewing. But because cars don't really hold anything to me, you know, I'm not a car person. As long as it gets me where I need to go, then I'm a happy bunny. I couldn't justify, like, not only could I not justify, I couldn't afford to go and buy, you know, what people would class as a decent car. And it's always been in my mind to do a little camper van. Now, I didn't want to go along the van route because, like I've explained, I needed a car as well. I needed something with 2 seats at least. So hence why I've bought this, because I've got my car, and also I've now done my project, haven't I? I've done my little camper van, not camper van, my microcamper conversion. So the purpose of this is for through the summer, not in the winter. I'm being realistic. I don't want to be in something this small in the winter with no heating, and yeah, it's not going to be fun. But in the summer, if it's nice, it's going to be absolutely amazing. Well, I'm hoping it's going to be amazing. In my mind, it's going to be amazing. So do you know what? I'll make it bloody amazing. Oh, sorry for swearing. Put a penny in the tin. So yeah, that's the purpose of buying this, and I desperately want to do the NC500. The motorhome's way too big, didn't want to take a tent. I know I've explained all this, but it's just for the people who are still only just sort of like hopped on board, so they know what is going on. That the microcamper, the reason I'm doing it so cheaply and so need fuel, so basically is because it's not my main thing for going away. It is just is it wrong to say a plaything? And it's to scratch an itch because I've thought of it for so long. So yeah, I'm scratching it, I'm getting it done. Now, after my first time, like I said, I might absolutely hate it. And you know what? If I do, it's not a problem. I just take the whole lot out and put my seats back in. Ta-da! I've got my car back. But I know me, and I have a feeling I'm gonna like it because I love doing things that are a little bit different. And it's certainly, yeah, I know there's so many people doing this now with the microcampers, but for me this is different. You've all seen I like my space. I like things to be organised. I like to have my nice things around me. So I'm literally going back to basics. I have more luxury in a tent, put it that way. So that's kind of hopefully explaining to some of you what my plans are regarding having this and having the motorhome and having the caravan. And obviously, yeah, I've got Tilly, haven't I, my little micro caravan, and she was always just my little project, and there's no way I'd get rid of her now, even if she is just sitting in the garden and is only used once a year or something. Then yeah, I can't get rid of her. I just love her. I put too much into her to ever get rid of her. So yes, that's I've really waffled on, haven't I? That's just because I've just realised I need to go back home. I forgot something. So in case some of you are thinking, I'm sure she's just gone all the way around a roundabout and is heading back, yes, just remembered the thing that I'm nipping out for. I forgot part of it. It's still at home. So I am gonna, once I've wasted some more fuel, I think, you know, honestly, Carol, come on. I am gonna get the fabric all measured out. I have got the fabric to do the cushions. So yeah, I'm good to go. Hopefully they're only going to take me a few hours. I'm kind of, at least I'm in my comfortable area of knowing what I'm doing with those. So right, I am now going to drive back the same road that I've just drove up. Good job, it's a nice road really. Go and get the thing from home, and I will catch you all later. Probably be sat at the sewing machine in all honesty, but I'll let you see yeah, what fabric I've got and what I'm going to be doing with them. Well, I'm going to be covering them on, aren't I? I've tried to make that like a big thing, haven't I? Big secret. What am I going to do? I'm going to cover the foam. It's not it's nothing like, wow, didn't expect that. Anyway, right, I'll catch you all later, guys. Bye for now. Right, I'm back home now after such a long journey that should have been a short journey. Anyway, that was wasted time that I could have been sat at my machine sewing. Right, I've got my fabric. I'm going to take the cushions in. I just came and had a little sit in because that's how I get my ideas while I'm sat and I'm thinking, right, so I'm out somewhere, I'm not on my drive. What's going to work best? Now, cushions are a doddle. I know what I'm doing with them. Now the windows, I've come up with quite a few different solutions on how I'm gonna cover the windows. So all of this will be in my next Berlingo video, the build video, because the next one that will go out next Wednesday is going to be sort of, it's going to be a mix of all the little things that I'm doing now to kind of get it a little bit more usable, ready for my first journey, well, my first like overnighter. So yeah, before I get onto the windows, I'm going to go and do the cushions and get them covered, and I'm going to get a cuppa because, well, no, I'm going to have a coffee actually. I'm feeling a little bit tired. So I need to, I could just have a little nap here, couldn't I? Do you know, you're like, oh, she's off again. I was thinking this yesterday. So I actually used this as a passenger seat last night. We had a football club meeting up in Preston. So there was me and Ellis and the other team's manager. So obviously there was 3 of us, so I had to put the seat up. It worked brilliant, honestly. It was so easy to do and so good, and I just thought, God, I'm a genius. I missed my vocation in life. I should have just been a Berlingo creator, shouldn't I? What is it, a microcamper creator? Do you know this? Oh, okay, I'm do you knowing again. I've kind of got the bug, and me and Ellis are in a few discussions actually about the possibility of a little sideline that we might get going on, but nothing's set in stone yet, nothing's concrete, but I have an idea, because I was thinking, what am I going to do when this is all done? And it's not taken me as long as I thought it would do. You all know I need to have a project to do, but there comes a point I don't need anything else now. The only thing I need now is a boat. I have no intention of getting one of them, not just yet anyway. So yeah, I'm thinking I might look into the possibility of doing projects, but not for myself. But anyway, you heard it here first, that if suddenly there becomes a new business out there and you'll be like, she told us about that. Last night Ellis was getting so carried away with himself because the league are looking for people to sponsor that, you know, the particular league that we play in, and this was saying, Mum, you could sponsor them. I was like, whoa, steady on. So sponsor them like about a $5 at the minute. I don't think they're going to be accepting that. But anyway, right, do you know what? I'm giving away far too much now. I need to go and, yeah, get all this cut out. Well, get a coffee first, get this cut out, and yeah, get my cushions back in. I've just come out to get a bit of mint. I'm going to have a mint tea, I think. And yeah, we've got raspberries. Yay! We've had quite a few strawberries. I don't think I've shown you this bit of the garden, have I, before? I know you've all seen like the side bit, so this is like my back garden bit. This is what we refer to this as Barnaby's playground. This is where he can do his thing, so he can come in and out the house, he can come in the garden. This bit here, don't know if you can notice, I have got it fenced off though, because we're obviously not going to get anything growing with Mr. B. I've got all my lettuces are doing really well. So while I'm not here, my younger daughter, this is her area. She does all of this, waters all the strawberries and that. So I just thought, you've not seen Mr. B for a while, have you, Barnaby? Right, I'll go and get him, because he is just out here. He's a bit grumpy at the minute because he's in his molt, so it makes him a little bit lethargic, even more lethargic than normal, because honestly, that rabbit, he comes out here in the morning and he just lays all day long, and then we have to get him in about 8 o'clock. Obviously don't leave him out overnight. Get him in about 8 o'clock. He comes in, he has a bite to eat, and then just flops again. But I'll go and get him so you can see him. He's huge. Here he is. Here's Mr. B. Honestly, look at the size of his feet. Molly, get off the camera. So, you're a big boy now, aren't you, Mr. B? Hey? He is absolutely amazing though, aren't you? You are a good boy. So, he's gone from that little palm-sized bunny to this. Go on then, down you go. You'll also see we have to keep all the plants on little stands here, otherwise he'll eat all of those as well. Oh, he's gone back in now. He's annoyed with me because I picked him up and he was asleep. So yeah, I've just got the the leg flick off him. Right, I've got my mint, so I'm going to make a mint tea and get on with this sewing. Okay, so I am now the following morning from the video I started yesterday. It all went a little bit weird yesterday, I'm not gonna lie. So I think it's going to be the next video after this will then kind of make sense as to why yesterday all went a bit teased up. Because I'd kind of started doing a video yesterday morning and I was flummoxed. So that's not this video, this is another video. Yeah, I was completely bewildered. I was completely out my depth of what I was trying to do. So I put that video on hold and was thinking I would be doing that sort of in a week's time. However, after I'd spoke with you last and went to do the cushions, which are now done, I got a call and someone very kindly offered me some assistance. Well, no, they didn't offer me assistance. I'd kind of begged and pleaded for assistance. And yeah, I then spent another 2.5 hours doing something else, and then came back and it was just all chaos because my day was all very disjointed. But last night I was doing these covers at 9 o'clock last night, but they're on anyway. I've just got to sew the ends up, which I'm gonna do when I get to the caravan. Really pleased with them. Debating whether I put buttons on or not. I'm thinking originally I was going to, but I'm not. I don't think I'm going to, because the problem being with the foam not being super thick, I don't want to be able to feel the cushions when I'm lay on them overnight. So yeah, we'll see. But plan now, I've got to get everything into here because I'm off to the caravan. Weather not too bad. Now this is where I'm going to see if my design has worked, because I need to get Molly's crate in here, and I'm thinking if I put the bed up this end, her crate, fingers crossed, should just sit on here. That's my plan anyway. Bella has got a new seat for in the front, lovely little fairy one with a seat belt and everything, so she's safely in the front. I've got the 2 kittens to get in the back in their carrier, and then I've also got to get my bits that I'm taking, which yeah, is not that much, to be honest. But my head again, honestly, do you know, I'm going to be so glad to get to the caravan because, oh, and I've got to get my sewing machine in as well. Yeah, my head's ready to explode. I've got too much going on in my head because I'm trying to think, right, so I need to pack for kind of just under, well, a week's break at the caravan. And I know I don't need to take a lot of stuff because everything's there, but also pack for the dogs because I have to take extra stuff for Bella now. The 2 kittens, pack for the 2 kittens because they're going to be at the caravan for a few days together, and then individually after that just have Toby at the caravan. So I need to pack all that stuff and then make sure I've got the stuff. I'm probably overthinking actually, because I'm thinking, right, I need to get the camper so that I've got the stuff for my overnight, but in all honesty, I've got all the stuff at the caravan, so I can just like take bits and bobs from there. But because of how my mind is, and I like everything to be in place for when I'm going, yeah, I'm kind of, yesterday I think I just kind of like put too much upon myself, and I shouldn't have done. So I do, yeah, I'm gonna just, I think, get to the caravan, and I think I'm going to have an afternoon after I've done a carload of Evie Rose's stuff. First of all, I'm going to put my feet up on that sofa. I'm not even going to cut the grass because I know that's going to need doing, and I am going to have an late afternoon, evening of completely unwinding, getting in that zen moment. So then tomorrow, oh geez, I'm going to be super hyper. Anyway, right, I am gonna, yeah, get everything in here. I don't know why I'm thinking I'm not gonna get it in, honestly. But I'll do it anyway. Right, I hope you all have an absolutely amazing weekend. Fingers crossed we're going to get the good weather, if not today, at least tomorrow. So yeah, I will see you all on the next video, where kind of yesterday's hash up will hopefully be explained to you all. Anyway, right, take care everyone, have a lovely day, lovely weekend, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye for now.